While attending Auto Shanghai 2025 in China with Chery South Africa, we witnessed the unveiling of their new Himla bakkie. Now I must apologize beforehand, we did not get official specification on this vehicle at the time of recording and editing, so we're just gonna glean over our first drive impressions over here to give you an idea of what you could expect with this bakkie. Now, let's get into it. And we are test driving the Himla bakkie. So this is the bakkie for the left-hand drive market. Details are a bit sparse. From what I can tell you so far, the model that we're in right now is a 6-speed manual. It's a turbo diesel. Don't know the size of the engine, don't know the power figures so far, but I can tell you a little bit about the handling. So we got double wishbones up front, leaf springs in the rear, 4-wheel disc brakes. As we wait over here, yeah, there's a decent ground clearance and breakover angle, as well as your departure and approach. So it should compete fairly well with your typical bakkie competition, at least in this spec so far. We don't know what we're getting for South Africa exactly, but for what this is so far, fairly decent amount of power. It's a bit cushier, even though it's a ladder frame chassis. But despite that, the Himla seems pretty capable, I reckon. Yes, we are on road biased tires, but as far as this feels, not too shabby. How's it on the power front? Not too shabby, not too bad. Yeah, this actually fares pretty decent. Everything is screwed on pretty nicely. You can tell this is a bit more of a base spec model. Let's wait over here. Nice. It's not breaking a sweat. Not at all. Go into some puddles. Yeah, the suspension is a bit more on the firmer side, but it's actually taking these obstacles here at Tuju Park and camping site fairly decently. So yeah, this is the there. Okay, that's right. Sorry, I'm just listening to my instructor here. The Himla bakkie impression. I think it should fare pretty fine for South African terrains, I reckon. And that's our first drive impression right over here. Cool. So this time we're in the auto variant of the Himla. You can see there's a bit more of a plusher spec. We've got leather seating, this sort of faux fabric stitch material. Yeah, much of the manual variant carries on into the plusher version. Like I said, details are a little bit on the sparse end, but yeah, the primary ride feels very cushy. Just need to elaborate from what I said earlier over there. Secondary, you can feel it a bit more on the what you call it, little yumps that are in succession, and that feels a little bit more firm on that end. But yeah, the suspension tuning on this is actually rather comfy, but I feel you harness a bit more of the power in the manual variant versus the auto. It's a bit more of a lag from the turbo pretty much. Like I said, I don't have details on the engine just yet, but as far as how this feels so far, yeah, I can feel that traction control kicking in. But pretty compliant. You can do a few reactions in this. Yeah, there's a secondary harshness right there. But NVH actually feels pretty nice in this. That much I can assure you. You do have to tighten out that low bin in the rear a bit more. But yeah, pretty decent approach and breakover and the departure. See, like right here, a bit more on the firmer side. But yeah, there's some capability here with the Himla. Could do with a few more details than that. But this little test drive here shows there's some potential. So yeah, if you do love this sort of thing, please let us know in the comments below. And what do you think of the Chery Himla? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss another video from us. But yeah, that's my first impression of the Chery Himla. That's what it is. Thank you very much. Oh yeah, worth mentioning as well, there is a 4x4 controller here, and we were in 2H, I think. Yeah, 2H. Worth mentioning.